We want to bring in Chris Livesay now. He is covering the story for us from Kyiv. Chris, thanks for joining us this morning. Tell us how the evacuations are going in Mariupol. They were able to get a certain number of people out initially, and then things seem to slow down. The expectation is that more of those civilians will be able to leave today. Is that happening?
Hey, Anne-Marie and Vlad. Yeah, the very fact that they're happening at all is a major breakthrough. According to the city council in Mariupol, the latest buses haven't yet to reach safety in the nearby town of Zaporizhia. So that is a little disconcerting when you consider just how dangerous the area is around Mariupol as well, and the fact that Russian forces have fired upon humanitarian corridors in the past. So we're following that story carefully, and we do indeed hope that more of those people do get evacuated to safety. This rescue effort began over the weekend, and it is ongoing both from the city itself, where about 100,000 citizens remain, and from within that steel mill. And the situation there is just appalling. The conditions are such that people are dying from their wounds. Some of them are civilians, some of them are soldiers. They lack bandages. We're told that many are suffering from gangrene because they've had amputations but haven't gotten the kind of medical care that they so desperately need.
Chris, as you know, Russia took over Kherson, which is in southern Ukraine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, early on in the war. Now the British military says Russia plans to introduce the ruble as currency there. Tell us what that means for the city.
Yeah, that's just the latest example of Russia removing something that's so essential to our identity as citizens of a nation. I mean, just imagine, something like a currency seems mundane, but if all of a sudden the dollar was swapped with something else, that would be meaningful to your identity as an American, just as it is here in Ukraine. And I think it's so emblematic of what the term genocide means when people like Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky use it, and even American President Joe Biden use it. When they accuse Russia of genocide, it's not just the mass slaughter of Ukrainians, which Russia has done, and it's not just invading a country unprovoked, which Russia is doing. It's also an attack on the very meaning of what it is to be Ukrainian. And this currency change is just the latest example of that. Other examples include taking some Ukrainians into Russian-controlled areas and placed in what they're calling filtration camps, sometimes taking Ukrainian children into Russia, where they've made it easier for Russians to adopt children. This is according to the Ukrainian ambassador to the United Nations. All of these fall under the category of genocide, according to Ukraine.
All right, Chris Livesay reporting for us in Ukraine. Chris, as always, thank you. Stay safe.
Thanks, guys.